Hello, my name is Savix. This is for the devs out there. I know you guys are working hard hours, sweating, stressing, trying to make the game good for World of Warcraft. I appreciate it. I have something for the Red Paladins. This is coming deep from our hearts. So hopefully you guys have the time to listen to this short slideshow I made on stream. It's a little scuffed, but bear with me. Okay, next slide. How we fell in love with the class. Let's be honest, in any MMOs, people choose that one class, fall in love with it, and they continue playing it because it's an MMO. You immerse yourself with your character. I started off as a rogue and warrior. However, along BC and Wrath, I changed my main to Paladin because I saw my brother playing it and the class couldn't be slowed. It looked amazing. A juggernaut melee that couldn't be stopped, just charging in and beating people up. So I chose Red, and I've been making content for Red Paladins 13 years. And this next page, it's a lot. I'll probably hide my cam for this so I can show you everything. This is what we had before Legion. Let's start with Emancipate. Every time you use it, you get to come out of any slows or roots. Clemency, we had 2 freedom, 2 blessing of protection. I don't need to read everything. We loved the 2 freedom. And we had Long Arm of the Law, which improved our movement speed by 45% for 3 seconds. Or you can choose Pursuit of Justice. Whenever you have Holy Power, it stacks up and you can be faster. On top of that, we comboed this with Empowered Seal. This actually took a lot of skill to seal dance properly. And Judgment of Justice gave us 20% movement speed. So if you comboed Empowered Seal and Long Arm, we were running 65% almost all the time. On top of that, our Judgment put a slow on the target, 50% for 12 seconds. This was amazing. Reds never complained about mobilities when we had this. However, going into Legion, they removed all of this and we got 1 Steed of Shame, aka Divine Steed. And I had to make a lot of videos pushing to get Steed as baseline because at that time, the devs put the Steed as a talent and we didn't have it as a baseline, which made no sense. Paladins were looked upon as a class that couldn't be slowed, but going into Legion, that just changed. I guess you guys had a vision to really push the Steed of Shame, aka Divine Steed. However, I don't think it was worth losing all these beautiful abilities for a copy of Speed of Light, which was one of the 3 choices here. Long Arm of the Law, Pursuit of Justice, or Speed of Light. And nobody chose Speed of Light because it was on a long cooldown and it's just a little getaway, right? Where you can choose constant movement speed every 5 seconds, which Judgment was on a 5 second. But you guys really pushed for that melee Crusader Red Paladin, so our Judgment became 12-second cooldown and it can be shortened to 10 or 9 with a lot of haste. Going on to the next page where we lose that range advantage. Really pushing for that melee concept. We went from Exorcism that was 30 yard to Blade of Justice, which is 12 yard. And on top of that, our slow, one of the slowest class in the game, now has the longest cooldown to slow people. And it can be cleansed, therefore we can't really catch anything. You guys really took away the reason why a lot of the Red Paladin players played Red. Being able to move freely and being mobile. There's a reason why we're memed as a wheelchair class. It's just the slowest. And if anyone wants to argue that Reds don't have the worst mobility, I did a video cover of it 5 years ago. Who has the worst mobility in Legion, melee version. I placed in all the classes ranked with slow abilities, speed, gap closers, and breakaways. And Reds just rank in the lowest. Reds and DK. However, DK, you can also grip people, which is an instant gap closer, and they don't have a cooldown on their slow, so they can make the whole team slow as them. Reds, on the other hand, we have Steed and Freedom. They're both on a GCD. I think Steed should be off GCD so we can use Freedom and Steed combo, but currently, you use Freedom, GCD, Steed, GCD. You already lost a second of the Steed. You only have 2 seconds of the Steed. How far can you get when they purge the Freedom or spell seal it? It's just miserable experience. And when we had these back in the day, Reds really never complained about mobility. I don't know what the thought process was, taking this all away and giving us a Steed. a worse version of Speed of Life, in my opinion. We went from a Giga Chad that could be never slowed or kited into a Gigasoid that cannot catch anything and just get memed on as a wheelchair. Big depression. Going into the next page, red's not really prominent in any field such as CC, mobility, good defensive, doesn't bring MS. What do we really have? So, since we're weak on everything, Blizzard slapped on a bandage, gave us big wing damage, and called it good. I think the design around that is very, very bad. I don't think any class should have this insane damage to one shot, which is the case in Shadowland. Everyone is just one-shotting left and right. I really wish Blizzard would move away from that. It's not fun for the healers, it's not fun for the players. But this is another topic. Like, of course healing has to be tuned to. Moving along to this comment. Red Paladins. I don't want to one-shot. I don't want to keep winning. Give me a well-balanced useless class so I can keep whining about my wheelchair. Little meme comment, but he kind of covered it well. I don't think any class should one-shot. It doesn't take skill, like I said. And being the wheelchair class sucks. We were never a wheelchair. And this young gentleman over here comments, one-shots are subject to tuning, thus temporary. Wheelchair design is forever. A good example is Subtlety Rogue. Even if damage is nerfed, they still bring CC to the table, so they're still invited for setup comps. Where Red Paladins, if you guys take away our damage, nobody wants this class. Because what do we really bring? We have one stun on a 1 minute cooldown. We have no mobility. Our defensive is trash, which I'll cover soon. Doesn't bring MS. Almost every class has MS in PvP now. We just have that big damage window. We're like a glass cannon that can't really move well. It's a sad design. And next expansion, which I was super excited for, maybe potentially seeing our mobilities coming back. But you guys mentioned that the core design will be around consecration. And I don't think we were too happy, and I'm sorry if we weren't excited for the talents. I know you guys must have put a lot of time and thought into it, but this is how everyone sees the talent.
Savix, I know you want to be nice, but you've done this every expansion. Your talents suck balls, Savix. The left side of the ret tree is all consecration. The entire tower, you prop paladin, you gotta make a big deal out of it. If you don't...
If I don't, the expansion goes out like this, and all reds have to suffer. So I'm speaking for all the reds. Please add the fundamental movement mobilities back. I beg you.
Zarya always complains about mages every expansion. That class is the most broken fucking thing in the universe. That shit is always busted, okay? Red's been a wheelchair for 7 years. Go out there and fucking... You're not even asking for that much.
Are we asking for too much, Blizzard? I hope I'm not. And thank you for watching the video if you are. I hope you guys are. Alright, going into our last page. We're almost done. I'm so sorry for keeping you this long. I know your time is precious and you gotta work on the game to make it super good. Hopefully Dragonflight pops off. Thank you for working hard. I appreciate it. In fact, I've been giving away Dragonflight expansions on my stream every day because I want everyone to try it. I know new X-Pack is always a banger, and hopefully this one's a success. Okay, last page. Thank you for adding Divine Protection back. Shield of Vengeance was really, really bad. We needed this. Now we can choose from Divine Protection or Shield of Vengeance. Amazing. And earlier, I talked about a part where we said we had the worst defenses, correct? And I have 2 examples to show you.
Of the classes in the game that are very clearly at a lower level of defensiveness than everyone else, off the top of my head, it is Red Paladin, it is Old Frost Mage before they just got Greater and Viz, so they're no longer on this list. It's all Specs of Hunter, it's Healer Priests, and I don't think there's any other class that's anywhere close to those people. Those people, if you're doing a boss like Sludge Fist with a massive hit to your raid, those are the people, regardless of it being physical damage, those are the people that are in danger more often throughout the fight because they just have less tools to deal with it.
Sorry I sped it up, I just wanted to show you guys fast. PvP as well, I'm gonna call it Shield of Paper because it's literally a paper. In reality, when you see somebody burst, you pop a defensive and it equals out, correct? And here I pop Shield of Vengeance, Warrior goes through it instantly, I end up having to bubble. This is the case in almost every single game. I pop Shield of Vengeance, and I'll just play it out. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed. Shield of Paper, chat, it's already gone. That's my wall, by the way, now I'm dead. I had to bubble. And bubble is a 5-minute cooldown versus a 2-minute, 3-minute cooldown. I don't think this equals out well at all. The design is flawed. On top of that, Divine Shield can be Shadow Thrown or dispelled by Priest. So thank you for adding Divine Protection back. I think it's a bug right now. Please tell me it's a bug. It used to be here. You could choose some Shield of Vengeance with Divine Protection. Now maybe because of that, we don't become the main kill target in RPG and Arena. Next we have Cleanse Toxin. I think it should be revamped 100%. I have an example here. You see where I'm poisoned? I press Cleanse, 8-second cooldown. Rogue touches me again, I'm instantly poisoned. I think if I use Cleanse Toxin, we shouldn't be poisoned again for at least 2 to 3 seconds. This is not asking for too much, right? Because against rogues, there's literally zero reason to use Cleanse, because they just apply it right away so fast. And lastly, this is not major, but it would be nice if you could take off GCD from our auras. You see how everything's on a GCD when I pop them? So say I'm in Devotion Aura and I'm popping Freedom into Steed, into Crusade Aura. That is 3 GCD, and I don't know what to say compared to Warriors. Their stances are much better. I don't think we can argue about that. It's way better. And it's on a separate GCD. It has its own GCD, which is so nice. Auras don't do half of what they could do, and it's on a miserable GCD, and this has gone way too long. I think this should be on a separate GCD, Blizzard. And that's pretty much it. I do have this on my side. I don't know if you guys will trust this websites, but Paladin, they're not doing too hot. This is a list of BFA through Shadowland. And Reds, they've never been doing too hot. And it sucks playing this class. Please, change the fundamentals. Give us constant damage back. You could take away the wing burst. Give us back at least Pursuit of Justice, or bring back Long Arm of the Law, the buffed version, instead of giving us the 20% with 2-second version. It just doesn't add up well. So for the people that don't know, they gave us Long Arm back, but it was 20% movement speed for 2 seconds, and our Judgment was a 10-second cooldown, when it used to be 45 seconds for 3 seconds on a 5-second cooldown. Does that make sense? Also, the cooldown on Hand of Hindrance, maybe reduce that, or just give us Burden of Guilt back. That would be so nice, and I would love you guys. Also, Empower Seal takes a lot of skill. I love this ability. That's a thought as well. But majorly, constant damage instead of wing, and some of these back, please, Blizzard. Please. I'll never unsub. Please. I know you guys are trying your best to make everyone happy with the talents, and I know it can be super stressful. So thank you guys, I appreciate it a lot. If you guys did watch, thank you. If you haven't, I guess I'm just talking to myself. Anyways, have a wonderful day. This is just where all the red paladins are coming from, and deep inside our heart. We don't want to be memed on as a wheelchair. Please consider taking this seriously. I love you guys.